Hello, welcome to Dungeon Dwellers Podcast. I'm your host, Justin. Today I thought, since I'm gonna be lazy about it anyway, I thought, why not give the people something else? I'm doing a double feature review where I review two single issue comics, from different authors. One is East of West by John Hickman and Dragotta, who that is, I don't know. Let me double check. Nick Dragotta. And Eerie issue 1 by Dark Horse Comics. East of West is by Image Comics. The writers here is David Lapham, Bill Dubay, Christopher A. Taylor, Bruce Jones. I thought that was the artist, Bruce Jones, but maybe that's a different guy. I don't know. Because I have a Batman book called Batman Unseen where it's drawn by Bruce Jones, so that could be a different guy. Artists: Bill Lapham, Bill Dubay, sorry, Rafa Garres, and Richard Corben, and covered by Jim Pavlik. This is basically a sci-fi version of Tales from the Crypt. We'll review East of West first. I checked out. I was looking for books to read, right? Like on Goodreads, looking for graphic novels to read and review for the show, and East of West looked interesting, but I didn't pick it up because I got average reviews, and then I was going through my back issues looking for shit to review, and it turns out I already had issue 1. I must have bought it because this came out March 2013, so I must have bought it when it first came out and fucking totally forgot about it. Which this issue was like $3.50, so they're like $4 now. It's rated teen plus, even though there's graphic violence and not really any swearing. So the story for this, it's like an alternative history comic book where the Civil War, instead of the North winning, other factions arose, and then America got split, got balkanized and split into 7 nations. The 7 nations are, there's a map at the back cover. There's the Union, the Confederacy, the Kingdom, which I have no idea what that is. Armistice, that's just a free zone, I guess, so that's not a faction. The Burning Plain, the Endless Nation, the Republic of Texas, and the PRA. Alright? So the story is basically, it takes 50 years, takes place 50 years after the Civil War. They have, there's high technology for some reason, even though this is technically in the past, but it's an alternate, universe, right? You even see a robot horse kind of thing, the main character riding a robot horse. So it has that Vampire Hunter D feel, if you ever read the Vampire Hunter D novels or books, which I've only read one, and I read a spin-off called Grey Lancer, which was okay. That's the thing with with that offer. It's just it's the thing where it's not, dialogue makes good dialogue makes good books, in my opinion. Dialogue is the meat and potatoes of books, but because it's translated from Japanese, the dialogue's not that great. So it's I would say, when it comes to reading Japanese books, sometimes it's just better off to read a manga or something. Not to say there aren't good Japanese books, All You Need Is Kill is good, and the Record Lotus books are good, but honestly, for most stuff, they should just stick to manga. So the story here, it's basically the apocalypse. The 4 horsemen are summoned. They're summoned. They're kids, and they come out as kids, but one of them is missing, right? And it turns out it takes a season for them to grow into adults. They mentioned that. So one of them probably showed up a couple months before the other ones did. So the one who's the main character, is called Death. He's out looking for something called the Chalice. He has like this Native American guy with him, and this chick who I can't tell what race she's supposed to be, because she's mostly black and white. The Death is all white, and so is the Native American guy, except for his hair. They're off looking for the Chalice. It's not clear what the fuck is going on, because all we know is that it's the apocalypse, it's the end times. But also the other horsemen want to go out. They're going out on massacres, slaughtering people, and at the same time they're looking for Death, who is our main character, and want to kill him for whatever reason. Though, like, you would assume, okay, if Death's not with the other horsemen, that means he must want to, like, stall the apocalypse or, like, save humanity, right? No, he also wants the world to end. So it's like, what the fuck is going on in this book? Who knows? And there's some left wing leanings here and there, right? So, and like at the end of the issue, Death kills the president. The president of what? I'm not 100% sure, because there's supposed to be like 7 nations, right? So I'm guessing he killed the president of the Union. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. I like the sci-fi Western aesthetic, and the fact that it's also kind of like a horror story. There's ultra violence in here, though it's mostly in the background. I don't know, dude. Like, it could be a cool book. If I can get volume 1 for cheap, I'll check it out. If I had to give this a rating, I would probably give it, like, let's say a 6 out of 10. Though the art is not that great in my opinion. Alright. Next, it's a very thick book. I will say this, it's a very thick book for a single issue. Right? Next, we have Eerie, our sci-fi horror anthology book. There's only four short stories in here. A Robot for Your Thoughts, which that one was by David Lapham, who's worked on Deadpool. This one is about, and there's gonna be spoilers, but like this one's about basically people are worried about robots taking over and killing all the humans. And what ends up happening is that it turns out all, like, it's like this is far in the future apparently, and they have a way to make robot copies of people. So there are people out there who don't know that they're robots, that think they're human. So what happens is they think that the real humans are the robots, and kill all the humans, thinking they're the robots out to kill them. So it's like a very ironic fucking story. It was okay. The art is alright. I don't know if this is like supposed to have like some kind of like moral story, or like there's like metaphors going on, because like before all the robots who think they're humans kill everybody, they're chatting on like online forums, like discussing their like conspiracy theories and shit. So I don't know if that's supposed to be in like a metaphor for like websites like 4chan, 8chan, shit like Kiwi Farm, shit like that. But I don't know, who knows. It was a pretty good book. The next story is Life Species by Bill Dubay, and he did the art and script. and it's basically it basically just copies the Planet of the Apes book. Or if you haven't read the Planet of the Apes book, basically it's like astronauts find the journal of the main character from Planet of the Apes, where he's like a human. He goes down to the planet, and like apes are running shit, right? And the astronauts are reading his journal, and it's like, wow, this is fucking weird. This is like some kind of weird sci-fi book. And they take off their helmets, and then they're ape men. So it's like, so the twist in the movie, where it turns out it's Earth all along, that wasn't in the original book. In the original book, they were like apes. So here it's like they go down to Earth or some kind of planet to figure out what kind of life forms are on the planet, and they're using biological, like, terminology and shit. But really, it turns out they're robots, and the thing that they were examining was a Beetle Volkswagen. So like, that story was okay. So like the next story, and by the way, I should mention these stories are introduced by this character called Uncle Eerie, which is a rip-off of the Crypt Keeper, but he's okay. So the next story is script by Christopher A. Taylor, art by Rafa Garres. It's basically astronauts crash land on a planet. Dude have sex with an alien. The alien impregnates him, and the babies come out and kill him. And the aliens are gonna come to Earth and kill and fuck our race to death. So it's kind of like, I don't know, that was an okay story. I don't know, I thought it was good the first time around. So the last story is Child, by script by Bruce Jones, art by Richard Corben. Did I mention? Yeah, I did mention the last story was called Beta Eden. So the last story, while the other stories were black and white, this one's in color. So I thought that was weird. The story for this one is basically Frankenstein, but what if Frankenstein had a mind of a kid, and basically Victor Frankenstein was the father figure, and basically it just, it's kind of a sad story because the child loves his dad. His dad eventually grows old but is murdered, and then the kid who is like a Green Hulk monster but with a kid's head on top goes out on his own, but not before killing the guy who killed his dad, because there's oil under the land for some fucking reason. I don't know. I liked that story. It was good. The inking was done very well. Very great ink job on this story, and the art's not bad either. So if I had to give this a rating, I would say it's a 7 out of 10. It was pretty interesting, though. I'm not too worried anymore. Like when this book came out, I was super worried about robots taking over and killing us or enslaving us and whatever bullshit. Now I'm more worried about the literal. I'm more worried about the biblical. I'm a Christian, so I think I'm more worried about the biblical apocalypse, because apparently if you follow Christian conspiracy shit, the signs have already been found. There's already been a red cow born in fucking Israel, which is one of the signs of the apocalypse. They even mention, there's even an episode of South Park where they have it. So it's like, whatever. So my next book I'm gonna review is probably, let me look here. Yeah, I'll review Sandman on Monday by Neil Gaiman. Alright, peace.